you are going to have an amazing time with Echoes. It's so easy and looks so impossible, and you can really play it up as such a mind-blowing miracle trick. You can definitely close shows with it. Now, here is a version I came up with because I've been doing some Zoom shows. And this is actually one of those mentalism tricks that can really be beautifully adapted to Zoom situations, even though the preview for Echoes has the spectator doing things behind his or her back. You can also do a really crazy, strong, direct version. I'm going to show you it right now, okay? So I don't want to double up on a bunch of the stuff that's already outlined for the exclusive tutorial for Echoes, okay? So I'm just going to point out what you're going to do here. You're going to use, you're going to be using all the same gimmicks on the explained on the tutorial and everything else, except you're also going to use an indifferent card. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take our two gimmicks, all right? We're going to put them on the bottom of this pack here, and then put an indifferent card on top, all right? So that's our setup there. And again, once you look at the official tutorial, you know exactly what I just did there, okay? Sneaky stuff. And then I'm going to take my two mates, my king, and what I've done here is I put, now here, so you can see, I put black dots with markers on the two corners. It's actually facing, when they face away from me, it's upper left, so it's the non-index corners, okay? I've done that, but usually you just use a pencil, okay, on the King of Hearts, King of Spades, if that's the cards you want to go with, okay? You would, but here I'm going to show markers you can see, and I've got these buried, okay, in the other half here like this, just randomly insert there like that, okay? Those are my two setup halves. Now you can force the cut and you can do all the cutting thing, but what's real easy to do is to just take these two, assemble them together, okay? And in a Zoom show, what I do is I've already done 3 or 4 tricks with a blue matching deck, right? And then at some point I put it off to the side just out of camera. Maybe I do something now, you do sponge balls, ring and rope, some more mentalism, whatever. And then when you want to, and what I'll even sometimes do is just finishing something, I sort of drag this back just into frame, put this aside like this, and then I say, let me try one more impossible thing. I've got my setup deck. So, what's real simple is to just spread through, okay? Spread through until you come to the point, until you come to your, and just divide the two in half, okay? Boom, like this. I'm going to divide the cards in half, all right? Having done that, you got your setup here, you got your setup here. Say, look, I'm going to spread through the cards, and I'm going to turn over 2 cards. I'll go with my intuition. And I just spread until I see the marker. And notice, because I have the dot here and down there, even if I've randomly turned it without knowing 180 degrees, I'm still going to get my pencil dot. So you take out that one's pencil dot, then this one is pencil dotted, right? Take this out, turn this over, and slowly put both in the middle. They're separate, but they're both going in the middle, okay? And you leave that right there in full view. You say, I just did that. I want to see, can you do the same thing? Do you have any sense which 2 cards? Let's try it, okay? You pick up these, and now this is very slowly go through and say, just say stop when you get an instinct. They say stop. You say you want that one, or this one. So dramatic. Let's say they go with that. When you say fine, you take that out. Very fair. Say, let's go through again. Just whenever you say, and they say, you're sure that one, you stop. They have 100% free choice. This one, let's say this time they go with this one. You say, fine, okay? And again, you very slowly, they see you. And so got to make sure you've got your indifferent card. Let's say my indifferent card is, the 3 of clubs. Got to make sure the indifferent card's on the bottom when you spread those 2 halves, right? So there, you turn this over. Slip the 2, 1 goes in there, 1 goes in there in 2 different spots, again, slowly pushing those 2. Now here's the important variation. I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to double undercut the bottom card. So the bottom card, going to get a little break beneath, and this is your indifferent card, in this case the 3 of clubs. I'm going to cut that card to the top of the deck. And the easiest way to do it is to kick cut and then double cut. So I've cut the 3 of clubs to the top of the deck, right? And then finally, here's what I'm going to do. Turn these over, and I'm going to overhand riffle shuffle. I'm going to hold the bottom card there with my fingertips, okay? And lift everything else. So just the bottom card is being held in place. And I'm going to, what this does, it means I can then shuffle off, okay? And then when I've got 5 or 10 cards left on top, I just throw this there. That buries the one of the gimmick cards in the packet, buries it there, okay? And leaves this one on the bottom. And then to finish, all I have to do now is a casual cut of the cards. Just boom. And what that does, and why that's so important, is it separates the two gimmicks. You want to make sure that they're separated as well. So you're in this condition, right? So fair. Both were 100% free choice. Now I take this, of course, and I spread this through, and we reveal the King of Hearts and the King of Spades were my so-called random choices. And finally, when we spread through this, and again we can spread through the entire pack very slowly, they see the mates. The King of Clubs matches the King of Spades, and spreading right through, boom, right down to the bottom, the King of Dum-Dums. The King of Diamonds match the King of Hearts. So you still have this, even though they're not doing the behind-the-back version, you still have this very fair. You can even ask them to name numbers. What I like is if you don't want to spread through with your setup half, what you can do is, okay, I've got about 26 cards, let's say 1 to 20. Name a number between 1 and 20, and they say 14, and you can slowly spread down to the 14th card. Name a number, another between 1 and 20, they say 8, spread down to that one. Remove them both, turn them over, push them in, boom, okay? So that is a Zoom version of Echoes. I've been having just really great reactions with this during some Zoom shows I've done, both corporate and private. I think you're going to get, as I said at the beginning of this, I think you're going to have a lot of fun with this trick. It's extremely strong, and the magic and the mentalism is undeniable.